February 13th, 2012, Crawfordsville Common Council meeting. If everyone would please rise. Councilman Guard will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by Councilman Andy Biddle offering prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before I say the opening prayer tonight, I would like to take a moment to honor a fallen hero. Firefighter Inspector Joe Midden, as we all know, passed away this last week. He lost his battle with cancer. On behalf of our mayor, the city council, I would like to extend our deepest sympathies to Joe's family and pray that his dedication to duty will not be forgotten. My son Adam is a firefighter in Noblesville, and he and Joe had connected through classes they had taken in Indianapolis and became friends and brothers. Firefighting is a true brotherhood, and the pain runs deep with the loss of a brother or a sister. May I quote my son as he posted on Facebook, "Joe was the embodiment of a true firefighter, putting others before himself in a modest and professional manner. But his true identity was found in his faith." May we now have a moment of silence for the Minton family. Rest in peace, my friend. Our Heavenly Father, we would like to pause and thank you for all of our public servants. Our firefighters and police officers serve us daily to protect our lives and our city. Please protect them and return them home safely each day. We also thank you for this opportunity to gather in a free country and conduct the business of our local government. Help us make wise decisions for the good of our community. Amen.
Thank you, Councilman Biddle. At this time, Clerk Treasurer, would you please call the roll for the purpose of attendance?
Billy Davis.
Present.
Dan Guard.
Present.
Jennifer Lowe. Present. Scott Molen.
Present.
Andy Biddle.
Present.
Raymond Kirtley.
Present.
Heather Perkins.
Present.
Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes from the January 9th, 2012 meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
Any comments?
Move to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilwoman Perkins and a second from Councilman Biddle to approve. All in favor of approving the minutes from the January 9th, 2012 meeting, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Minutes are approved. Has everyone had a chance to review the monthly financial report?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Any comments?
I'll move to acknowledge receipt of financials.
Second.
We have a motion to approve acknowledging receipt of the financials by Councilwoman Perkins, a second by Councilman Davis. All in favor of approving the financials or acknowledging the financials, please say aye.
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 Those opposed? At this time, Clerk Treasurer, would you please call the roll for questions or suggested additions to the agenda?
Billy Davis.
I have nothing.
Dan Guard.
I have nothing.
Jennifer Lowe.
I have nothing.
Scott Molen.
I have nothing.
Andy Biddle.
I have nothing.
Raymond Kirtley.
I have nothing.
Heather
I
Perkins.
have nothing.
At this time, I will turn the meeting over to Fiscal Affairs Chairwoman Heather Perkins to complete the business of Fiscal Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have 3 items on the agenda for fiscal affairs this evening. The first is a resolution acknowledging receipt of the CEL&P budget. This comes out of committee with a favorable recommendation. Just for the information of the public, the City Council can acknowledge receipt of the budget or refuse to acknowledge receipt of the budget. We don't really have any control over the content of the budget. So it came out of committee with a favorable recommendation to acknowledge receipt. I can tell you a few highlights from their budget. When the budget was prepared, it was anticipated that the power plant would be sold by this point, and so the budget for 2012 doesn't include any information about the power plant because we thought it would be a non-entity for the city at this time. When that sale did not go through prior to 2012 commencing, the budget was not revised because the budget is a plan for the upcoming year. There are some changes in salaries. Part of that is because with the power plant being phased out, we have to have a call center for calls to come in regarding clients who need some round-the-clock care for their service. And so that involves the anticipated hiring of 5 employees at a reduced salary from what the people at the power plant are making. There's also, within CEL&P, there are some employees who share their time between 2 different entities or 2 different departments within CEL&P, and so depending upon how they charge their time, some of those budget figures have been adjusted because of them charging their time differently than anticipated for budget year 2011. So those are some of the changes that were highlighted by CEL&P, and at this time I would move to acknowledge receipt of the CEL&P budget pursuant to this resolution.
I'll second that.
We have a motion from Chairwoman Perkins to acknowledge receipt of the CEL&P budget and a second by Councilman Davis. Is there any discussion from the council? Any discussion from the audience? Hearing none, Clerk Treasurer, would you please call the roll for the one-time vote on the resolution acknowledging receipt of the CEL&P budget?
Billy Davis,
Aye.
Dan Guard,
Aye.
Jennifer Lowe, Scott Mullen,
Aye.
Andy Biddle,
Aye.
Raymond Kirtley,
Aye.
Heather Perkins.
Aye. The second item is a resolution acknowledging receipt of the Excel Plus budget, and likewise, the council's role in this procedure is to acknowledge receipt or to refuse to acknowledge receipt of the budget. And so this also comes out of committee with a favorable recommendation, and at this time, I would move to approve the resolution by putting a motion on the floor.
Second.
We have a motion to acknowledge receipt of the Excel Plus budget from Chairwoman Perkins and a second from Councilman Biddle. Is there any discussion by the council? Any discussion from the audience? Hearing none, Clerk Treasurer, would you please call the roll on the one-time vote on the resolution acknowledging receipt of the Excel Plus budget?
Billy Davis,
Aye.
Dan Guard,
Aye.
Jennifer Lowe, Scott Mullen,
Aye.
Andy Biddle,
Aye.
Raymond Kirtley,
Aye.
Heather Perkins.
Aye. The last item under fiscal affairs is an ordinance creating a fund for a Department of Justice grant for the COPS grant. And this was counsel from the clerk treasurer's office who needs a line item for a place to deposit the funds for the COPS grant, excuse me, and a place in our budget from which to pay expenditures out of that COPS grant. It's kind of a pass-through account in our budget for the COPS grant. And the ordinance reads in part, whereas on November 14, 2011, the city of Crawfordsville accepted the United States Department of Justice's Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services, or the COPS grant, to fund 2 police officers for the city under the COPS grant program's terms and condition. And whereas the city wishes to establish a COPS grant fund from which the city may reimburse itself for the salaries, benefits, and other related costs associated with the 2 officers the Crawfordsville Police Department hired under the COPS grant program. I would move at this time to approve this motion. It also comes from the committee with a favorable recommendation.
Second. We have a motion from Chairwoman Perkins and a second from Councilman Mullen to place this ordinance on a first reading. Any discussion from council? Any discussion from the audience? Hearing none, Clerk Treasurer, would you please call the roll for the ordinance creating a fund for Department of Justice grant, COPS grant, on first reading?
Billy Davis,
Aye.
Dan Guard,
Aye.
Jennifer Lowe, Scott Mullen,
Aye.
Andy Biddle,
Aye.
Raymond Kirtley,
Aye.
Heather Perkins.
Aye. The Mr. Mayor, at this time, I would move to suspend the rules and so that we can pass this on all three readings tonight. It doesn't really have an impact on our direct budget. It just allows the court treasurer to begin tracking this money through the account. So at this time, I would move to suspend the rules.
Second.
At this time, we have a motion from Chairwoman Perkins and a second from Councilman Mullen to suspend the rules and place this on second reading. Any discussion? Members of the council? From the public?
Voice vote.
At this time, we will take a voice vote on suspending the rules to place this on second reading. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
This time, I would move to place the ordinance on second reading.
Second.
This time, we have a motion from Chairwoman Perkins and a second from Councilman Davis to place this ordinance on second reading. Any discussion from the council? From the audience? Hearing none, Clerk Treasurer, would you please call the roll for the vote?
Billy Davis.
Aye.
Dan Guard.
Aye.
Jennifer Lowe.
Aye.
Scott Mullen.
Aye.
Andy Biddle.
Aye.
Raymond Kirtley.
Aye.
Heather Perkins.
Aye. This time, I would move to place the ordinance on third reading and so adopt.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion from Chairwoman Perkins and a second from Councilman Davis to place this ordinance on third reading and so adopt. Is there any discussion from the council? From members of the audience? Hearing none, Clerk Treasurer, would you please call the roll for the ordinance creating a fund for the COPS grant on third reading?
Billy Davis.
Aye.
Dan Guard.
Aye.
Jennifer Lowe.
Aye.
Scott Mullen.
Aye.
Andy Biddle.
Aye.
Raymond Kirtley.
Aye.
Heather Perkins.
Aye. Mr. Mayor, that concludes the matters for fiscal affairs.
Thank you. This time, I'll turn the meeting over to Chairman Raymond Kirtley of the Ordinances and Petitions Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have one matter for consideration this evening, and that is a resolution approving a Montgomery County, City of Crawfordsville Cooperative Economic Development Strategy. This is a resolution that was considered by the committee and has received a favorable recommendation for presentation this evening. I think by way of explaining it, the resolution is succinct, and I think it's appropriate to go ahead and just read the entire resolution for consideration at this time. Whereas Montgomery County, through its Montgomery County Commissioners and Montgomery County Council, and the City of Crawfordsville, through its Common Council and the Mayor, acknowledge the necessity for our community's political leadership to cooperate and coordinate economic development efforts. Whereas the county and city each contribute taxpayer dollars to the Montgomery County Economic Development Corporation, the long-standing delegate charged with the county's and city's job creation efforts. And whereas the Montgomery County Commissioners, Montgomery County Council, the Crawfordsville Common Council, and the Mayor of Crawfordsville have developed tactics for enhancing the community's job creation potential in a document entitled A Cooperative Economic Development Strategy, which each political entity wishes to adopt to cooperatively insist on specific changes and improvements to MCED's organizational structure, planning efforts, and job creation tactics. The resolution states then, therefore, that the County Commissioners, Montgomery County Commissioners, Montgomery County Council, the Crawfordsville Common Council, and the Mayor of Crawfordsville, each properly convened, hereby jointly declare and resolve that they to work together for economic development and job creation purposes, they approve and adopt the Cooperative Economic Development Strategy, which is attached to this joint resolution and incorporated as if set forth in full. At this time, I would like to go ahead and move for approval of this resolution.
Second.
This time, we have a motion from Chairman Kirtley and a second from Councilman Mullen to place this ordinance on, this resolution on, for a vote. Okay. Are there any comments from members of the council?
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to add that for news media and the general public that this is the county and the city working together, which is a long time coming, and I don't want to be misquoted, but we are together. We are together.
Thank you.
I guess guess I'll just make a few comments. This resolution and the document attached there too, the Cooperative Economic Development Strategy, is the result of the mayor and myself and county commissioner and county council member having met over the course of several weeks to discuss our current economic development strategies, what's lacking, how we can work together to improve the situation, expand the tax base for both the city and the county, and this is what we came up with. And it's not the result of one person or one entity, it's a collective, collaborative effort. And it's a real opportunity for the city and county to come together and work toward improving our community. And it was kind of a labor of love for all of us, and we saw this as a real opportunity for the two entities to work together, and we think that this is going to be a really good thing for our community. And so I can't say enough how much I support this.
Any other comments from the council?
Well, I agree. I agree with what's been said, and it's nice to know that me being maybe one of the older members on the council, I can remember when things were a little different in the county, and sometimes it didn't. There seemed to be some division, but it's really great to see this. And having been a county boy myself for several years, and then moving to the big city, why it's been neat to see all this come together. And I serve on the communications board, which is another example of the city and county working together. And it's been fun to see how all this is falling into place. And all I can say is about time. So I think it's a good plan.
Additional comments? Any comments from the audience? Yes, sir. Please state your name.
Dave Long, Montgomery County, Crawfordsville Chamber of Commerce. I just want to take a moment to compliment all the individuals, both county and city, who were involved with the concept of this joint county-city resolution on economic development. Agreeing on a unified direction on a subject as important and far-reaching as economic development is a very important step forward for our community. Since 1918, the Chamber has been involved with economic development. With the passage of time, that role has continued to change as other organizations and commissions were created. We at the Chamber stand ready to continue to be an active partner with those concerned to ensure that economic development serves the needs of all the citizens residing in Montgomery County. And with that in mind, I urge the Council to unanimously pass this resolution as a show of strong support to our community and its future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any additional comments from the audience? Anything else from the council? Hearing none, Clerk Treasurer, would you please call the roll on the one-time vote on a resolution approving a Montgomery County, City of Crawfordsville Cooperative Economic Development Strategy?
Billy Davis.
Aye.
Dan Guard.
Aye.
Jennifer Lowe.
Aye.
Scott Mullen.
Aye.
Andy Biddle.
Aye.
Raymond Kirtley.
Aye.
Heather Perkins.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, that concludes the business from the Ordinances and Petitions Committee.
Thank you. We have nothing tonight under traffic, parking, and safety. Are there any miscellaneous items to come before the council? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn? Adjourn.